Yet another variant of this style of LED lamp. This time it's slightly different in the fact that the circuit board in the front isn't just wedged in, it's actually quite loose. It is clipped in and it's secure, but it sounds loosened. It can rotate quite freely, so let's pop it out. It's held in by 4 little catches. And inside is a very simple, typical generic circuit. Okay, right, let's doodle that down. So, I think I'll pop those little rivets off and pop the circuit board out completely. Well, these ones are coming out easier, I think. Oh yeah, they're definitely easier than some of the other ones. Okay, well the circuitry isn't that complicated. It's quite a small capacitor. Is that because they've skimped in the voltage, or is it? No, it's 400 volt, it's 220 nano. That's a type of value I'd choose for a nice functional low-level illumination without overdriving the LEDs. I actually have tested this before I did that to see what sort of power dissipation it had. I still can test it. Let's test it. I shall strip these leads and poke them into my dodgy tester. Cue the dodgy tester. This one's not been used for a while. And then we'll reverse engineer the schematic. It's not that complex, it's something that we've all kind of seen many times before, but it's quite an interesting, quite a neat little implementation. No smoothing capacitor, which is a bit disappointing. Now have I gripped the wire or have I just gripped the insulation? I guess I'll find out when I power it up. I may have just gripped the insulation, but we'll find out. So I shall plug it in and we'll see if it even lights. Yes, it has. It's a sort of warm pinkish light. Right, let's get the power meter into that. Power meter is displaying 1.4 watts, which is a nice level, and 14 milliamps through the LEDs. Yeah, 1.4 watts is good. That's quite a nice rating actually. Good. Nice to see that they're not all really trying to push the LEDs too hard. There is a discharge resistor across the... Yes, there is. So let's doodle it out, and it's not going to be that complex, is it? So many of these are capacitive droppers. So we've got the input doing 470k going to the bridge rectifier. Okay, so we've got the 240 volt, which is the voltage here. One is going via the capacitor, which is 220 nano, 400 volt. It's got a resistor across it, discharge resistor of 470k, yellow, violet, yellow. Going into the bridge rectifier, the other lead is going straight into the bridge rectifier. Discrete bridge rectifier, AC in, plus minus the output has a resistor across it. That's probably to stop it from glowing dimly when it's plugged into a lamp socket but turned off just due to leakage circuit, because these LEDs, the long strings in series, tend to be quite sensitive to that. And then it's just got a resistor from the positive in series. Oh, so hard to read these blue ones. green, brown, brown. It's 500 ohm. Let's check that. Oop. Try and keep the leads on. 500 ohm. Okay. Oops, slight avalanche of technical stuff. 500 ohm, and then it's the string of LEDs. Very simple. Not sure how many LEDs there are. I haven't counted them. I'm sure it probably said in the eBay listing. There's quite a lot. Yeah, I'm not going to count those right now because that's just, yeah. Here, feel free, you can count them if you wish. But yes, that's a simple, functional little light. It's not got a smoothing capacitor. I'd like to have seen an electrolytic capacitor across there. That would have been a nice feature, but it doesn't even seem to have any space to put one, unless you actually moved that 470k resistor or just tacked it across it. But I guess maybe they're thinking the electrolytic capacitors are the bit that's most likely to fail, maybe? I'm not 100% sure. Maybe it's a cost-saving measure. But yeah, it looks a nice enough little light, although it will have that slight flicker that you get when it's not smoothed. But yeah, that's interesting enough.